Om Shanti. To remain constantly cheerful, be easy natured and tolerant. Practical example of every virtue. To the extent that you have an easy nature, so your remembrance will also be easy. To the extent that you are clear, that is, clean in every situation, to that extent you will be easy and simple. Whatever you are like, your creation would have those same sanskars. Therefore, become a practical example of every virtue. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 16. To remain constantly cheerful, be easy natured and tolerant. Today's topic practical example of every virtue. The specialities of Mother Jagdamba. We never saw Mama act ordinarily. She was always royal. This is why, being the granddaughter of Shiv Baba and the daughter of Brahma Baba, she became Ma Kamdhenu, who fulfilled everyone's desires. Mama never had any desires for herself. She remained full with all the treasures given to her by the Father. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi ji.
Om Shanti. In path of bhakti, there is also importance of day of Monday. They do fasting, they worship Shiva. So for us also, after busy weekend, talking, having bhog, everything, is good to have Monday, where we can do fasting of the mind and fasting also of the body. Because we had decided that in the evening, half a day will be fasting, half a day we will eat. So it's really, really very important. And I think any kind of accomplishment requires some renunciation, some sacrifice further. So we also want to see that the task which Baba has started, and that is establishment of the new world. And when Baba had this divine vision where he saw that what he could become, the aim and object in the form of Vishnu came in his vision. And he heard the words saying, "You are also like me." It was not clear to Baba in the beginning, but as he went on the spiritual journey, everything start becoming more and more clear. But also Baba saw exactly the scenes which are happening today all over the world. Mm. It's very, very clear, right? But also the task of establishment. And we all are instruments for that. Every one of us, in whatever way, with whatever speciality, whatever capacity we can do, we all are committed to this task of establishment. But in this establishment and the completion of the task, what is important is our stage of perfection, our stage of completion. I say, once you have full attention for your own self to have that stage of perfection, natural service happen through you. You will become instrument, you will be source of inspiration, a good example. But it is important that I become perfect. Baba's task, Baba will do, right? We can become instruments, but it's Baba's task. But to become perfect is my task, right? Yes, Baba will give us extra help. He will give us bonus. He will give more blessings. But effort has to be mine. One time Baba said, if I make effort, then it will be my provision, right? So you have to be perfect. And I always remember whatever happens, Baba's task, but I have to be perfect. And of course, one of the signal Baba is giving us, perfect means your virtues should be in practical. Maybe I think, yes, I have a lot of tolerance. Mm. But when the situation comes, that's the time to see what's the percentage of tolerance. I used to observe Dadis. One time we all were in Peace Park and Dadi Prakashmani was there. And those days we used to spread mat on the ground and sit there and get our picnic plate. Some souls have this habit. They always talk about others, right? Instead of talking about knowledge, depth of knowledge, they always bring out something, someone, always external. So that was going on amongst others. And Dadi was sitting there and smilingly, she kept eating her picnic plate. And I was surprised because she wouldn't think or say a word, nor she will stop them. Now, sometimes we say, no, you all shouldn't be doing this, you should do this. No, she was just like detached observer, lovely. And I really remember that scene so much. And what is to be detached observer? What is to be, what you should be, and whenever there are such situations. So that was like her love, her tolerance, her, you know. And one time she was being kind of criticized by one or two souls. And I couldn't tolerate. And Daddy keep telling us, no, you know, it's like sit, you all don't have to answer. So then we asked Daddy, didn't it bother you at all? She said, no, I was looking at my 8 powers. Are they working or not? And it's so interesting that when you think about these examples, that virtue in practical. Maybe sometimes it's in your head that I am this, I have a lot of patience. So drama, different scenes emerge, and that's the time I have to see what's the percentage of my patience. So it's really what Baba is saying is important. Practical example, Baba says, of mm, every virtue. Baba says, to the extent that you have an easy nature, so our remembrance will also be easy. Like Dadi Gulzar, easy nature. Mm. She did everything, right? But not too much thinking, right? So remembrance was there. To the extent that you are easy, Baba says, to the extent you are clear, that is clean in every situation, clean and clear in every situation. So Baba says, to that extent, you will be very, very. Mm. So Baba says you will be easy and also simple. Mm. Simple, everything simple. So Baba says, whatever you are, Baba says that your creation, whatever you are, your creation will have same sanskars, same nature. Because every moment we are giving, even if we are not, but others are looking at us. So Baba says that the more, so therefore, become a practical example of every virtue. Practical example of, yeah, there's not much time, whatever time have, use every virtue for self-perfection and also for Baba's service. So I think that Baba is giving us this homework. It's just question of paying attention and reminding yourself, let me use virtue. Let me use power. How do I respond to a situation? Through a virtue. And then you see the result of that. Mm. And what you have done at that time, you have bestowed virtue. So your virtues are like show the virtue in practical and be example. Like you are doing hard work and there is no tension, there is no stress. Everyone notices. But if you're doing it and you are tense, you are kind of internally stressed, the whole atmosphere becomes like that. So everyone has to pay attention, right? Okay, Om Shanti. Wow, I did mention Rambai. Hello, Om Shanti Rambai, Adibhai, and Rupali
Om Shanti Devi.
this morning. Lot of blessings for all of you. I just thought that family should also see you all doing so many things, but also world service through a Vyakti Parivar. I don't know what Baba saw that selected you to be the instrument, all three of you. Right, so the family is seeing you. Okay, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Didi. Baba's blessing, Didi. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Baba and your blessing, Didi. Thank you so much for all your support and family's love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Baba, every minute Baba is there. Om Shanti.
खातिर हमारे दूर से चल के जो आप आए, से चल के जो आप आए, स्वागत है दिल से आपका। तशरीफ आप लाए, खातिर हमारे दूर से।
Like when I wake up in the morning, good morning, mother and father, because I love parents.
So Didi is sitting right now in Addison, New Jersey, and this is Baba's home, Bhavan. We're so fortunate. As we were preparing always, every time I do, but this time also I was thinking like a deity, the goddess is coming.
स्वागत है दिल से आपका, तशरीफ आप लाए, स्वागत है दिल से आपका, तशरीफ आप लाए, खातिर हमारे दूर से।
Angels here.
मेरी चौखट पे चल के आज चारों धाम आए हैं, बजाओ ढोल स्वागत में मेरे घर आम आए हैं। कथा शबरी की जैसे जुड़ गई मेरी कहानी से, नरों को आज धोने दो चरण आंखों के पानी।
आप सभी भी बहुत ही मगन अवस्था में बाबा के सामने थे। देख रहे हैं कि आप कुछ स्थान छोटा हो गया नहीं, सुन रहे हैं सभी। शीतल बहन कहाँ चली गई? विश्व के मालिक होना सभी, तो संकल्प करो सब आपको। सुना
जी दीदी।
में बहुत स्पेशल गेस्ट आए हैं। सो इनका नाम है स्पर्श शॉट। आप जानते होंगे, बहुत फेमस है।
I feel like not just my entire life, but I feel like in everyone's life, it is a constant process of God picking up our pieces and lining them with gold. Simplest answer to the question, why does God allow suffering, is simply to make us stronger. And a lot of times we have to go through the fire to be purified. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah. Joy to creation and peace to all. May sickness and weakness on no one fall.
सदा खुश रहो, आबाद रहो।
दर्शन होंदे है दीदार बड़ा सोना है दीदार बड़ा सोना है परिवार बड़ा सोना है मेरे सतगुरु प्यारे दा दरबार बड़ा सोना है ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੰਗੀ ਤੇ ਸਾਥੀ ਜਿਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਦੇਖ ਲਈ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਝਾਕੀ दरबार बड़ा सोना
शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना तेरी रहमतों का कैसे तेरी रहमतों का कैसे करूं मैं बखाना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना तेरी रहमतों का कैसे करूं मैं बखाना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा शुक्राना शुक्राना तेरा
Didi, you're taking Shitoban with you?
She wants to drive the cab.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti, body man.
Yeah, earlier you were saying congratulations to the translators, and I was thinking the same thing, but we didn't get any translation of that last little bit. But the feeling was there of everybody's happiness that you had come to visit. Let me just go to what was in the blessing yesterday. And I really liked, and I know this to be true, that Baba's greatness was in his ordinariness, and that he said that those who are not ordinary, in other words, if they're not simple, then they can become a problem. But you know, when there was the description of Mama earlier on this evening, it was said that she was never ordinary. So could you maybe tie those two things together? The ordinariness.
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah.
One is ordinary means not very lockic. You know, Mama was never like lockic. She was alokik all. Yeah. And other one is like you talk the way you want. You know, it's like ordinary people. So this is how word ordinary is used in different contexts with both. So Mama was never ordinary means she never involved into ordinary conversation or the way she, even eating, whatever she did was very alokik, very special. And also other could be ordinary simplicity too. Like Brahma Baba, we
Like
say
Brahma
that.
Baba. Yeah.
Authority, but very, very polite, very simple, very humble, you know, but very royal too, yeah. And
Right.
never alokik, alokik.
I think there was never the sense of arrogance or that he felt he was better than someone else. That it was the ordinariness really was his humility more than not ordinary and that had no value, but or plain. But it was the humility that he had, and that made it easy for everyone and anyone to approach him. And I've probably mentioned this before, you never see any photographs of Brahma Baba with any VIP. you know, you never see, you only see him with these old Mathajis and very, very simple people. And so, yeah, but it's that thing of approachable, as we say, where the BKs, even the senior most, have an open door policy that anyone can go along at any time. But then you were also saying about that Baba creates, or Baba makes you instrument. And so then sometimes for each instrument, or maybe more, there are some who have been a little bit problematic for others. And there are also some who became instruments and then they moved away. And so Baba would have known all of that. So why did he make those instruments who would become bad examples?
When they say, no, there is a box of apple, but some apple are not very good ones, right? So I think that it does happen. I remember that when Brahma Baba said one time that Baba spread a net for the parrots, but then instead of parrots, some crows also got caught, and then you have to deal with it. So it does happen. It does happen that they are made to be instrument, but they are not able to make good efforts and change their sanskars. And but there are always some who really live for themselves, not for yagya. Because
Okay.
if you live for yagya, you will change yourself, you will adopt to principles, you will adopt the royal way of yagya. But some, they, okay, I belong to Baba, take from Baba, they are sustained by yagya. Maybe there are some obstacles, some kind of karmic accounts that they're not able to do it.
But
But as
also,
I said in the beginning, that have good wishes for everyone, because even they need a lot of good wishes.
exactly.
Not only who are doing well, not only those who living doing well, but also those who are not doing well, they need a lot of good wishes too, right? So I
Absolutely.
think,
Yeah, because that will be, as you say, a test of our ability to have good feelings. In other words, if everybody around us is perfect, just like the
I think
deities, they
that
don't have to make effort.
all the instruments are good, but in between, when they need transformation or obstacles come, they don't know how to handle that.
Okay.
And then from there, their stage, their karmic accounts, take them into a very kind of isolated spot. Because if we are big family, then that's why I always like everyone to be part of the family, because that brings a lot of qualities. We watch others, we look at, interact with others, share with each other. But I think that they really need a lot of love and good wishes, so that whatever they are not able to manage or do, it could help them. Right?
Yeah, that
I
they
mean,
will also, yeah, sorry, go
that's
ahead.
what I do all the time. That's what I do all the time. But
Yeah.
then, because they are Baba's children, so you are not even disturbed by that. Baba's children, okay. If Baba can have such children, I can have such brothers, sisters too. Right?
Yeah. because I know they're also showing me what I lack. And I mean, sometimes I'm that one for somebody else, that I'm not being on my best behavior or living up to Baba's teachings. And then, I become that for someone else. But it's something that I appreciate about the yagya, unlike, say, for instance, in other religions, where for some infraction you can be excommunicated. And that doesn't really, I mean, it would have to be an extreme situation of violence or something. But here that doesn't happen. Nobody gets said, you're no longer a BK, or you can't come anymore, unless they're really, really, really problematic. But no one will ever be sent away. I appreciate that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And something you said earlier too, and I was agreeing with you, very often what you say is related to the question I was going to ask. You give me the answer before I ask the question. And in yesterday's Murli too, that you could see where Baba knew all these things that were going to happen. The Murli was 16 years ago, and he was referring to how even the facilities are giving their cooperation at the present time, but that the need for us to be sending rays, because a time will come when it won't be possible for the speaker and the listeners to be together. And that's the situation now, even in the Brahmin family. It's mostly by Zoom, it's not in person. So I think this thing of sending rays, although we've heard it before, but he said it's going to be very important because of the fact that we are not able to come together. And I was wondering, what your thoughts were about that.
That is why I propose that as long as you can come, even going to Madhuban, people ask me, I said, as long you can travel or airlines will work, you should do it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what is next. We don't know what is next. So I think that presence at the Baba's home really has different atmosphere, his family, everything is so good. So I encourage everyone that yes, there might be circumstances, but try to make it to Baba's home, because there might be time you want to go, but you won't be able to go.
I've seen that happen, Didi, so many times. When people
Yeah,
don't
there
come
are
when they can, then when they want to, they can't. Yeah.
like some souls now say it's very expensive because gas is expensive. Some people have really very limited fixed income, so they cannot spend more. So I say, well, pool car or come by bus, but it's good as long as you can come. Very important.
And so
Because
even
I don't if things will be better, in a external way.
and so this thing of even of sending rays,
Mm.
I think it's easier when you're together, and so you want to devise a little plan. But you said something very nice last night. It was one of those throwaway lines. I don't remember what the question was, but it was to do with sending vibrations and the difference between ordinary remembrance and sending vibrations. And I'd not thought about it before, but it was a beautiful thought. You said, in sending the vibrations, this thought, you are God's children. And I felt it was a very common see people in those situations of war, etc., at the present time. And so that you're not just, I'm sending you light and might, but you really saw them as your brothers and sisters and Baba's children. I thought it was a very powerful thought. So I think
Yeah,
even,
because
yeah,
this way it can remind them of God to know.
yeah, that
Then I
was,
say love, peace, or whatever, but one is God's children. So when you
yeah.
think that way, it creates God's
Really, it
presence.
was very, very nice. And that's my takeaway.
And definitely, like we have to plan how to give message to the whole world and all that. It's happening, and we will plan more, and some definitely methods will emerge. But until now, whatever way we can do, we should continue to do it, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's through the mind or whatever methods of media or whatever is available and we could do, we should just do it
I,
instead of sitting and always thinking how it will happen to how the
yeah,
message will go.
yes. Yes, I don't know whether you said it last night or this evening, and it was something important in relation to that, that by sending those vibrations, that there will be a result of those vibrations, that then other things would come along, things would open up. I mean, and I know that many of us are here because of the vibrations that were by all of you before we came. And so that's the thing too. It's almost like you're what do they call it? Softening the ground in a kind of a way. And so I've taken this to heart, this thing of Baba talking about sending rays. And I think that that will bring some kind of fruit that will make the other kind of service more successful too. Yeah.
Because you can
Okay.
have 100 heaters in the hall or wherever, but as soon as sun rises and the rays of sun, you can't replace,
Mm-hmm.
this is how we have to shine, with Baba's love, Baba's peace, whatever we have received. We appear as if sun has risen.
Nice. Okay, thank you much.
Okay, nice,
And you too,
nice
Didi.
to see
Thanks
you, Holy
again.
Man.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti. Good night.
Yeah.